What up, guys? Welcome in, everybody. Guys, I apparently am just not doing a great job on my schedule. Um, our Sunday group, rather, that we're supposed to be in right now is uh, has been out. Like, apparently that we got like another week off at least. So, yeah, we're doing some Landsraad farming right now, and in Dune Awakening, I had some technical difficulties. So we're starting a little late, but we're just gonna go for like an hour and a half, something like that, and we're just gonna farm up. Right now, what I really want is Halleck's pick. Let me just show you guys real quick. Let me pull up the Landsraad. So is it? I think Mutelli, maybe. No, they got the. No, this is power harness. Yeah, Halleck's pick here. House Emoda. So you need spice infused steel dust. So I've started this up a bit ago, and we got 51. What do we need? How many do we even need? I didn't even actually look. So, yeah, Emoda, let me see. We'll just do some quick math. We need total favor or, whatever. House points. I'm not really even sure what they are. Let's see. We got 10.5, and then we get 75 per. 140. So I think we're like halfway there. I think we can do that. Halleck's pick is a tier 6 rapier, which, does poison damage as well. And just generally something I think we want. I think we need to go to the top here. And we're not going to be able to get all the way to the top. Or if we do, when we get out, we're like instantly going to have no fuel, which we already almost don't have any fuel, and we're already kind of overheating. So I'm just gonna do this. I crash land here. Perfect. That's actually great. I'll take that. You can't fly to the top of this. Again, if you do, you'll end up with like no fuel or anything. So, but we can do this to get up to the top. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Did we not get any? There's no steel. Oh, that sucks. Do you have any steel, dude? No steel. Okay, all right, well, fine. Well, that's a bummer. I am gonna go off memory with some of these guys. I am absolutely not at all opposed, and I probably will, and have already. I already have, and I probably will some more. Look up where these things are at. Whenever I did my first playthrough, I just explored. I didn't look up anything. I had a great time exploring and figuring out where everything's at, and it was a good time. Right now, I'm not at all interested in that. It's not what I'm here for. I am here for the gear and to get it relatively quickly and as painlessly as possible. So that's the plan. It's the plan for today. Once we get some steel and what have you, we'll probably go drop off, and we might go look for some spice to farm. Might be a thing to do. And again, yeah, we're just going to be running from point A to point B. Grabbing stuff. See if we got something here. Oh, did I land on a guy? Sorry, dude. Should probably put up a shield. I'm rocking, like, tier 6 gear, so none of these guys are really problem. So you will see me just kind of walk through and everybody because this is, again, I believe steel tier. Is there even anything here? Are you kidding me? Oh, man. All right. We might have to look up where everything's at because I'm not here for running around looking for stuff that we may or may not find. All right, we'll take this guy out and then we'll. Oh my gosh. Well, I said we'd be walking through the low tier guys. Is there something else here that would have this? I'm trying to see Stepstone Cave. I don't recognize that name. Oh, there's another wreck down there. We could go down there. We'll have to get. We'll do that. Maybe that's why, because they're like too close. There's 2 wrecks or something. Because typically wrecks will have something, but not all of this stuff does all the time. Oh man, I think these are kind of annoying too, as far as remembering where to get in and where to go out of. I would find all this stuff very fun if I wasn't just trying to get point A to point B, you know? Just try to farm up the steel tier stuff. Oh, that's the exit. Where are they? I hear them yelling for me. Hey, there we go. Yeah, so you see it's pretty much just one shot everybody. Kind of a joke at this point. No! No, mind the gap! Okay, do we want to go down there, though? We might want to go down to, like, the next level of the ship. I feel like we might. Yeah, there's, like, a fire. Is that a door over there? Surely one of these areas. Yeah. Nope. Hey, it's right here. Sweet. The Ripper, huh? We'll grab it, because I don't know if I've collected this one. Let's maybe put ourselves out. Yeah, let's put ourselves out. We got too much stuff. We need to go back. I accidentally grabbed some iron tier stuff. We'll hang on to that in case we need it. Do we need light darts? I don't really think we do. And then I think we're good. We can get out of here. Was there... Yeah, we'll just go through. We'll just go down here. There we go. Hello, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. We're just farming up some spice-infused steel... Yeah, spice infused steel ingots is what we're farming up right now for the Landsraad. Trying to think if I did farm some stuff up earlier. I don't know if the chests will be back up, so I'm not really sure where else I'm going right now. I might just park for a second. You know, oh, well, that's a sandstorm. Let's see if we can outrun it. No, we'll head back. I think we're full, so we might as well head back to the base real quick. Would make a lot of sense. I had the, was it the Storm Rider or something? Storm Rider boosters for so long, and I put them somewhere. I don't know if somebody else in the guild has them. Not their fault. I put them somewhere. But these other ones, I swear, overheat so much more quickly, so I'm just constantly overheating them. I did finally hear back from Funcom. I had some issues. I lost a Thopter, and I thought they weren't going to do anything, and I was a little bit tilted about it, if I'm being honest, but I did finally hear back from them, and they were like, they're going to take care of it, so that's cool. I had a nice new Thopter that I actually spent a little bit of script on, and then lost it. I know where all of the like duraluminum, probably even a decent amount of aluminum is. Like, I know where all those spots are. The steel stuff, I just went past that so quickly. I just have like very few ideas, and some of the places I know where it's at are like incredibly difficult to get to. Not incredibly difficult, but they're more difficult than I would like to be able to get to. All right, so we've got the steel. I don't know if we have more. We could see if we have some, and then I could just go turn it in, and we could farm up the rest, farm up some more later, and just remember to keep that on the list of things to do. But I think it's going to be the same situation where we've got all the top tier stuff, no lower tier stuff. Yeah, it does appear to be so. Got some spice last night. There were several medium fields and a couple of large ones, actually, but then there were some groups that were running the large ones with actually multiple. I think it was one group that had multiple sand crawlers that they were bringing out with like one person defending. Kind of wild. But I didn't want to like mess with their operation or anything, so I just kind of like bailed on it. I think I got, I don't know, a little bit less than 20k total on the spice that I brought back, so that's right. Maybe more. Actually, a little bit more. Maybe less than 3k or something. Yeah. So, it doesn't look like we have any whatsoever, so maybe I'll just go throw this in here. Oh, I should have put the rest of this stuff up. I don't know. Don't need the iron. Do I know all this stuff? I'm going to learn all this stuff because I don't know. Not sure if I know it. Not all of it, but most of it. Just so that I have it all collected. I also found quite a few wrecked ships last night. So if anybody in the guild needs some Ixcore leggings, they're right here. I got several of them. I actually had so many that I had so much stuff that I found so many wrecked ships. I didn't want to lose it, and I was way out in the deep desert, but I was trying to farm spice. So what I did is I ate most of it. I have like so many wings right now. It's kind of ridiculous. So I wanted to share them, but I was more concerned with actually losing them on accident than not sharing them. Okay. Sorry, I'm just going through all the mental checklist in my head. I think I need a few more things. Need to do a yeah. Let's drop off this Solari because we don't need to take it with us anywhere. We got a backup power pack. We'll keep that. We got a decent amount of heal Mark II heal kits. It's actually kind of nice. Don't really need them right now. Split the stack. I don't know. Actually, you know what? We don't need them right now. I'm not going to take them. One of the things I do want, though, so I want to swap out our rocket launcher for the Ancient Way. Where is the Ancient Way? Should be in here somewhere. I also built a base out there just because it's so easy to do. And actually, maybe we should. Here it is. And actually, maybe we should like plan on being able to do that. I do that because if I'm way out in the deep, and if I'm way out in the deep desert, and then I find a spot where there's a lot of spice and everything, what I'll do is I'll throw up a temporary base, and then I'll mine it. Like if there's a large blow or even like a couple of mediums, which has happened on more than one occasion, even in recent memory. Happened last night, for example. I don't know why. It seems like all the spice will blow all at the same time for some reason. But if that happens, what I'll do is I'll just mine it and I'll take it to the base, and that base could be in, almost. It could be an eye, could be almost an eye, but it just saves time, and you can get really all the spice you might want that way. You actually need a fair amount of granite. I ran the math on everything, and when you're comparing plastone to granite, so granite is half the weight, so just kind of neglecting, or ignoring the fact that you have to. You know what? I wonder if I have some programs open. I am getting a few drop frames. Let me. Ignoring the fact that to make plastone you need some water, right? Not really a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but just considering like build strength and everything, there are a couple different types of. There are 3 types of building tiers basically. So there are the style, which is of course using plastone. There is the yellow brick, and then there's the white brick, and it's Chome something, and then Chome facility. I forget what the first one is. But the first tier, the yellow brick, is that one that I don't remember what it's called. We could probably pull it up, but that one is half as strong as plastone, so not that great. But it also again weighs half as much, and to build the same, like to build like a square base or something, it will take less. So if like to build with plastone, if it takes, I don't know, 16, it'll take 12 with the yellow brick. So it's still more efficient to use that. But the Chome facility style, so the next tier up from that, I think that's enough. We're going to call that enough anyways. Unless there's one more. Is that granite? Yeah, I think it might be. We'll grab it. We're right here. But the next tier up, so the HP on this, and I can just show you guys real quick. So yeah, what do we have here? So Chome facility, there we go. And then Chome shelter, that's what it is, Chome shelter. So this costs 12 granite stone and has 5,000 health. And then this costs 15, so the number of granite goes up, but it has 7,000 health. Okay, and remember again, granite is half the weight, half the volume. Now, if we look at one of the other styles, these are both the same. It takes 18 plastone. So not only does it take more of the material weighs twice as much. What does that mean? Well, it means that just like, structure for structure, I believe it is comparing the lowest tier to the highest tier. I believe it's like 1/3 of the weight, and it's close to that for the Chome facility. But again, 7,000 HP. What does that mean? It means that you can make double thick walls, which actually make them have to go through 3 layers of walls if you do your honeycombing correctly. That they'll have to go at least 2 layers of walls to be able to get through, which means they need to go through 1,400 14,000, I'm sorry, HP versus having to go through 10,000. So, and that's by volume equated. It's actually better than that. I'm just simplifying. I'm rounding down in favor of using the house styles. So in general, whenever you're going out to the deep desert, in my experience, I almost never have enough volume. That's not always true. Sometimes I have plenty of volume I can bring out if I'm reinforcing one of the bases. Like I found a whole bunch of spice, or used to be titanium or strontium. Now you don't really need to do that. But if you had a whole bunch of those given materials, what you could do is, build double layer thick and bring out only granite. And that's the thing to do. You can also find it out in the deep desert relatively easily. Do I have anything in this assault thopter? I need to remember to do that. Sometimes I put like something just random and make sure, make sure I've got the right assault thopter, because I have access to a lot of the ones that are here. Even though they're not necessarily mine per se. Sure, we'll split up a missile. We'll throw a missile in there. I need to get rid of these advanced servox. I guess we didn't have any at the base. Yeah, so anyways, when looking at it and just equating everything, it's better to go with the Chome facility style than anything else. You know what, I'll probably just use this one. It'll work just as well. Yeah, we got enough room. And then just use granite. It's kind of wild. Everything in the game that I'm aware of is essentially like that, is kind of backwards like that, where you want to use the lower tier items versus the higher tier items, which I find kind of a bummer, honestly. But that is the world we find ourselves in. You know what? I should grab some fuel. What am I doing? Make sure I'm prepared to go into the deep desert, and then we'll just go out and see if we can find some spice. Guys, we might just be flying around not doing anything, but we'll see what we can find. I need a checklist. I need to make a checklist for you guys. I need to make a checklist for myself to make sure that I am grabbing everything to take out there. Oh, I filled up my own. Hold on, stop. Let me put that over there. I don't want all this granite in my personal storage. Salt doctor, there we go. We'll just put it all in there. Cool, and honestly, we could probably just make a bunch of these. And yeah, anyways, it ends up, a lot of times with those PvP area bases, for me, I'm not really that worried about them. Like I build them because knowing they're going to be destroyed. And sometimes, to be honest, I will build them like extra thick, knowing and there's nothing in them. And I'll do it just because I know someone's going to do it, and then they're going to find nothing in it. And, if people want to raid my base, that's what they get, right? And, I figure if they do that enough times, they might decide that, there's probably nothing in that base. And one day there might be something in that base. There's also a lot of other things you can do. You can hide stuff and do a number of other things. You can't really stop anybody who's, determined to raid your base if you're not there. But you can do a lot. Hopefully I brought... Nah. How's my vehicle? My welding torch is good. Okay. All right. Everything's red. Guys, over on Twitch, drops are on, I believe, for the Chome style still. I believe they are. That we've got several of. I hope they're not over. If not, I didn't stream enough. The Chome style is, so it's the metallic looking stuff, and that is also considered part of the Chome facility, so it is one of the optimal styles for the deep desert. I usually use the white stone because I think people think less of it and maybe think it's less remarkable, so just kind of a psychological thing more than a rational thing, but but yeah, what I'll do is I'll take out the assault thopter, I'll wall it in, and then I'll use my scout thopter if there's a lot of stuff out there to bring it back to the forward operating base, which might be again very deep in the desert. And then once I've done that, I will use the assault to ferry things back and forth. And usually works pretty well. Looks like the base is still there. It doesn't always show you that the base is still there whenever it's destroyed. I think if someone like destroys it and takes it back over, it will still show you the base, but it'll like it won't be your base anymore. I think that's what happens. I don't know. I assume there's some sort of bug with that where it does that, but I thought it was kind of interesting because I've had someone be like Night Harrow's base when I've taken over their base, which was kind of funny. But yeah, you can see where the path I've made, and then our spot is all the way out here in H2 or whatever. There's a large spice field here, and I think there's one like over here as well. But there were some mediums that I was farming. Medium is more than enough. Typically, I think a medium has around like a little bit north of like I want to say like 1,500 volume. Definitely north of that. I don't think it quite has 2,000. Maybe it does. Maybe altogether, if you got every last drop. Oh, we're moving real slow. Every last drop of spice that, or grain of spice sand, I suppose. Then, you'll have enough to fill up maybe two assault thopters, but usually it's 1.5 for me and a little bit more. And at some point too, you kind of bail on it. I did have an issue last night where a medium spice field had blown up, and I had farmed most of it, and then it's like someone else came and kind of finished it off or whatever, which was fine. It wasn't a big deal. And then it like erupted immediately, or not immediately, but very shortly afterwards, it erupted again, and I went over to it, and I could only see the old patterns. And I knew there was new spice there because literally the plume was still going up. And I could shoot my compactor and it would compact some spice sand that I could then gather, but I couldn't see where I was like gathering it. I couldn't see what the field looked like. And somebody else was harvesting there as well. And so basically I had to like kind of bail on it after a little bit. I couldn't harvest more. Luckily there were other places. I also made it to a large ring mouth, spot, and I literally got there and I was going to land, and then it started showing red, and everybody flew up and it stayed red, which of course meant the ring mouth was going to come up, and that's exactly what happened and ate it all. I was like, no, I just got here. It felt pretty bad, but there was still a decent amount of spice left. C'est la vie. I can't believe that, though, there were a couple of groups that came out and, oh, hey, the chatbot's not working. Man, what is going on? Hey, Grims, what's going on, man? Let me restart the chatbot. Is that the lightning? That's feature. Sorry, I don't know when these came in, man. Yeah, it's a feature for sure. Well, they were supposed to have fixed the ghost fields, and I don't know if in fixing them they made it a new problem or if that's like a new issue that they didn't fix. I did record that, and I'm gonna like upload it private, like to a. You have to have a link or whatever to be able to see it, and I'll submit a bug report. I should probably do that, but hopefully they'll get it fixed. They did try to fix some of that stuff though. This was definitely a newer problem. It functions the same, but I haven't had this exact thing before. The lightning strikes when I don't know if you're talking about the sandstorm or what have you, but yeah, the lightning strikes are actually really cool, Grims. And now I'm like worried that people are saying stuff. Okay, over on Twitch, and I'm missing everybody. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So we did kind of bail on the Landsraad. We were working on a little motelli here, farming some iron or some steel. I'm sorry, spice infused steel. I think I'm a little bit less than halfway, maybe about halfway with that. I think we'll be able to get it. I really want that Hallex pick. I wish I could get enough that I could give some to a friend that could then pass me off another Hallex pick if they're not going to use it. So I might try to do that. I need to get my wife in here and get her to play so that I can abuse stuff like that with her account. I need more. Okay, there's a small spice field over there. I actually found several small spice fields last night, and there's a large. Uh, or no, I'm sorry, that's the first ring mouth. There's actually multiple. We might just dip down here and grab this. I did this the other day, and it wasn't a phantom field. There's actually a couple of them. They're small fields, so they're not really that much going on there, but we might as well grab it. Do I have, make sure I have the ancient way equipped. We need to make sure once we land that it's still not working, man. I don't know what's going on with the chat bot. Let me just close the whole thing down. The chome drops on Twitch. Is it the ceiling light section? The ceiling light section was like the first one that dropped, Grim. So I think that one is gone. I don't know what else. Can anybody on Twitch confirm if they're dropping right now? Hopefully that isn't over. But I don't know what is drop. You know what? I can pull it up, man. Give me a minute, and I'll pull it up from their website and pull it over. Because I should know. I should know what's going on with this. I don't really like Twitch drops are like, yeah, they're cool. They're incentivizing people to like watch content. As a creator, I kind of hate it. I don't want anybody like clicking on my content just because it's to get a thing. Like I want you to have the thing. I don't want you to not to get the thing. But I don't want that to be the reason anybody's like watching my content. Does that sound like a prima donna saying that? I might. 1 second. As soon as the spice field is done, I'm back in the air. I will look it up for us and pull it over. And I'll also work on that chat bot again. Just doing the old turn it off, turn it back on thing. Didn't work the first time. When you see lighter spice like this, guys, a lot of times it's not even worth grabbing. So just keep that in mind. And then, yeah, with the... So I have like a tier 5 compactor, unique one. And whenever you use it, you can get like the whole field. I could probably use the tier 4 and not even have to worry about the worm, so it makes it pretty chill. Yeah, it doesn't look like that is up. Being way out in 9 can kind of help. Obviously, it used to be a little bit better before the PvP changes. Let me hop over and see. See, maybe latest. Oh, there we go. That was... Oh, no, it's still going. I thought it was done for a second. I was about to be like, wow, that was quick. That sucks. Oh, my gosh. I don't know why I'm struggling to find this. Yeah, August 14th through September 4th, and it is still more of the chome style. It is a couple of different pieces. Let me see if I can pull them up here. It looks like a rounder version of the wall. Or I'm sorry, the floor that has the lights on the bottom of it. So it's the half rounded, and then looks like a support piece, and then a rounded wall, and a rounded base, I think. Yeah, so there's actually 5 pieces in total. I don't know if I can get an image up for us. I think it's going to be a medium field. That might. Oh no, it's still going. Okay, it's weird because it keeps popping in and out. That's at least going to be a medium. I think it's a medium. Here, random website. I couldn't find it on the Dune official website, but this is what you're looking at right now. And it looks like a flat wall piece as well. This is that style that has the glow on the bottom, but it's not the flat spot. I don't know if they're going to come around where you'll be able to get the flat spot, you know, the standard square tile that has the lighting underneath, and then a column. So yeah, there it is, man. I would like that to come back around. Hey, what's up, Dylan? What's up, Lewis? 1 second. Let me get it. Let me see if we can get this chat bot going again. See if it'll work. It's really hard to see you guys' chat right now, and I apologize. All right. God, what a prima donna. Oh, wait. Oh, is that the large field that just erupted? Well, guys, we might get blown up, but I think we're going to... Wait, is there somebody already... There's already a circle taken out of that bad boy. Wow, somebody's already putting in work. Yeah. All right, well... Those don't look like... That's Harco, too, isn't it? What up, man? I see the sea. All right, yeah. He's not actually going to shoot at me, is he? Surely not. Is he? Surely not. Didn't really seem too keen on it while ago. Okay, you just want to make sure that I was going away. I mean, there's a part of me that wants to, you know, wants to go shoot some rockets. Should we go shoot some rockets, guys? It's not that far from land. We could definitely shoot some rockets. Is our base still here? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. I don't know. Kind of sounds fun. What up, Dylan? Just enjoy gaming, mate. All right, cool, cool. Yeah, observer pieces. That's what they're called. Lewis, they're called observer pieces, man. I just can't seem to get my chat bot to be right now, and I'm not sure if I should restart OBS would be the next thing, but I do want to do something. What do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to see some? Do you guys want to see some PvP? We could go out there. We could cause some trouble. You know, they were Harco skinned. What do you guys want to? Want to go shoot at a carrier? I don't know if I really want to, because I don't really want people shooting at my carrier. This is the base, as you can see. And then usually what I'll do is something like this. It doesn't really fit very well, but it fits well enough. And it makes it a little bit more unobtrusive. It used to make it also look like it was just there for like mining operations, which was pretty nice. And then you can leave this open, obviously, if you need to get in and out. But once you're in, if you're not doing anything, then you can wall it up, and then people don't know. I think when people can't see anything, I think they tend to have less interest. So I just try to do as little. You know, a lot of it's like human psychology. Again, they can get into this if they want, but do they want to? Are they going to spend that much time and effort? And that's the question. Guys, I'm not here, and honestly, I'm down for whatever. I'm cleaning up around the house to trim down my honeydews. All right, I understand. All right, well, let's go have some fun. Let's go fire off. We got an ancient way, right? We got 45 rounds of fun and enjoyment. Maybe I went a little bit heavy on the airlock there, but you know. No vehicle to restore. Oh my God. Did I leave my Thopter? No! Dude, that's a long way out there, isn't it? I left my Thopter. I mean, we could just... We could still go out there. We are going to burn through a lot of stuff, but main thing is our suspensor belt. And just see how that goes. Yeah, it's going to take forever. Okay, good. If you get high enough, you don't aggro the worm. For those who don't know. Oh. He's angry. Unless they change this. If they change this, I'm absolutely screwed. I'm about to get eaten. If they didn't change it, we're fine. How far is this out here? I'm kind of running the right setup for this, too. Is that it? I can't tell where it's at. Shouldn't have released. Now I'm traveling up more slowly. God, we're going to be so far. I'm kind of expecting to die and then respawn. Wait, is that a... No, it's a rock. I was like, is that something down there? Is that somebody down there? No. No, it's just a rock. Just a rock. All right, let's make sure we got plenty of water. We're not really going to be compacting, so we'll do that. We'll get to the top here, and then we'll launch ourselves off. We'll just run till then. You can use your sugar wire claw, and it doesn't piss anything off. This could be really fun. This could be really fun, guys. I'm kind of getting excited. I think we made the right move. I wish I knew exactly where this thing was at. Make sure I was heading, because we are so slow, to make sure I was heading in the right direction. It's definitely an eye. So, oh yeah, I think I'm heading the right direction. It must be over there. Hey there, buddy. It's alright, man. It's alright. Forgot you can't look around. It'll send you that direction. Yeah, suspensor belt is about to break. I bet it is. This is so long. We have to die. There it is. We're approaching. So, what are we going to drop? I probably should have dropped all my fuel. Not really worried about most of the other stuff. Hey, buddy. Every time he goes immediately into like kill mode. It doesn't even look up from here. Am I at the right one? Was I at the other one? Oh, I'm gonna feel like such a dork. Was I at the other one? Oh my god, I think I was. Oh my god. Welp? I think the real problem is that our... Oh, I might be able to buy Halleck's pick off the auction house, I just realized. Someone's pointing out. Well, this is turned into quite the thing. I have enough suspensor belt to get over there, and enough to probably cause some problems. Do I have enough that I'm going to get stuck out in the open sand with no suspensor belt and get eaten by a worm? It's possible. What up, Joseph? What's going on, man? What am I looking for again? I'm looking for, there's a large, I'm looking for to get into some combat. Oh my god, it's broken. That's what I'm looking for. There is a large ring mouth where those guys are working. There's one here and there's one up here. And I went to the wrong friggin' one from down here. So now I have to traverse all the way here. Yeah, man. Because I forgot to pocket my thopter. Because I'm a dork. Just finishing the main story. The twist at the end was insane. Yeah. That's cool, man. Yeah, I don't know, guys. We went through we went through about this much to get out to here. All right, Shai Halud does not like me on a sand. I don't know if this makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense. I can't believe I went to the wrong ring mouth. The problem is, just so you guys understand, is yeah, it's way out there. And if you get eaten by the worm, all your stuff's gone. I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do it, guys. I don't know. Maybe we can go over there and mess with them some other way. Or maybe we can hang out south and wait for them to fly back over and then hit them. But I think if I go all the way out there, whenever you see guys like PVXing, normally they have, if you ever look and watch them like open up their inventory, they'll have, and this is just a good idea if you're going to do that, they'll have, 5, 6, maybe even like a whole bunch more suspensor belts, power pack, shields. Like you don't need all those things. The suspensor belt is the thing you really need the most of, but you'll have like a bunch of those things because you'll need a bunch of extra. Because the way most things, pretty much everything in the game works, we've tested this out, kind of know how it works. It's just it's exactly how you would expect as far as things taking durability. It takes durability based on the amount of time that it's in use. So right now, when I'm holding this for forever, yeah, it's just wearing. If I stutter it and I'm like, as I go down and I'm hitting it, every second, but only for a fraction of the second, that'll put a lot less like this. It'll put a lot less durability on. But if you're in a vehicle and it's running, it's taking durability damage, generally speaking, and what have you. At least your wings on like Thopters and what have you, like I don't think your core components do, unless, I don't know, maybe just really slowly. And so if I'm doing this, so I can avoid the worm with the suspensor belt out here. But if my suspensor belt breaks, I'm pretty much just a sitting duck, and he'll eat me, and that would be tragic. But now look back. I'm just kind of wondering what I could do. I wonder if these guys, I assume they came up from I-9? Oh my gosh. It's interesting. It kind of seems like he gets kind of mad at you even when you're out of range or whatever, or he just seems to get mad really quickly. Well, we're back. How disappointing. I'm sorry, guys. Disappointing for me, if no one else. Yeah, they're way up here. I could, like, sit out on one of these islands, maybe, and do something as they go by, but it doesn't really disrupt their spice operations as much. Guess we'll just go in here. And how much do we even have left? Yeah, our suspensor belt is about to break. Oh, man. Well, let's... Yeah, it gets a little cramped in here. I could probably design this a little bit better. And then every time you're going to leave, you just break open the wall. That's what I got to do here. And you do have to leave your vehicle out, but generally speaking, you just don't take it. For me, I feel comfortable if I'm in the building. People probably aren't getting in. Probably going to be able to fend them off unless there's. I mean, if there's enough of them, there's nothing you can do. But they're all equipped for getting into your base. But in general, I'm not too worried about it. We'll grab everything we can here. Put some of this in our assault. You know, maybe we'll grab some scrap because we could use that for if we decide to build another base. We have one more base we can build. We'll head to the other side of the map is what we'll do and see how that goes. See what's over there. We'll have to move some stuff in inventory, but we'll just put it here for now. I think the rest of these are empty. At one point, these all had spice in them, but I think most of the other ones are empty. Oh, there's more spice. Cool. Is there any more? Yeah, that's probably good. You know, we'll take... scrap can be hard to find in the deep desert, so something to keep in mind once you get way out here. And I say it's hard to find, like, fallen ships. I think all this scrap, I have more scrap than I need now because of all the fallen ships. Yeah, Joseph, we'll have to talk about the story sometime, man. On stream or whatever. I know there's still people playing through it. I know people still playing through it, so I don't want to give any spoilers or anything. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. The world of Dune keeps going. There's kind of like multiple histories, from what I understand, too. Multiple versions of things. Okay, so I should have left one of the large fuel cells. We've got all the granite we'll need if we want to build something. We'll put some in our inventory. I'll probably drop these particle capacitors. This water, a lot of the stuff, like, it's just not really necessary to have, to be totally honest. That's enough granite to get us started. And also, let's split this up and we'll take, or maybe we'll just take all of it actually, and then that'll, oh no, we're full. Yeah, that'll work. I don't know. We've got a bunch of garbage in here, but that's fine. Whenever you're looking for spice in the deep desert, the trick is to fly high, is what you want to do. And then usually you can see about a sector away, is what I figured. Like, like I can see that larger ring mouth, and that is actually, I believe, more than a sector away. But a lot of the changeable things, such as, you know, where the spice and everything is, will, like you'll see the ring mouth, but you can't see there's spice in it unless you're much closer. But usually you can see about a sector away, where you can actually see what's going on. So what I might do is fly up here to H, and then on the border with I. and then just fly east so that I can kind of see to the edge of the map. That's my rule of thumb. I don't know exactly what it is. If anybody does know for sure, I don't know if anybody's done. So what is that? Is that a medium blow? Huh. We're going to go for it. Surely it's not a large one, right? Because it can't. That would have to be. That would have to mean that the one that just erupted again. I don't think that's possible. Huh. That might be that same large one that I kept seeing being very active. Or I'm sorry, medium, not large. What is a ringmouth? Oh, the ringmouth worms. Sorry, Joseph asked, what day does the deep desert reset? Monday night, Tuesday morning kind of time. So these large spice fields, you can see right here, they'll get eaten by ringmouth worms, which are like the really big worms, and that's what they're called. And they have a little bit different looking head. It's like a big ringmouth, though. That's what you saw on like the end of in the movies, like the part 2, for those who've seen it, or towards the end. Those are ringmouths, I believe. All right, so we're going to be directly below these guys, and these guys were Harkonnen, and the Harkonnen are on our server would absolutely want to not be bothered, but then take pop shots at somebody in an assault thopter, but we don't really have a choice, so we're just going to roll with it and hope that they don't care enough to bother us. And if they do bother us, we're just going to break out the ancient way and make them regret it. If we lose this thopter, as you can see, it had some durability loss. It wouldn't be the end of the world. We don't want to, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. But yeah, generally speaking, you fly really high and you can look around and just look for purple, and then you're good. So this will work well. So we can get this, we can take it back, and we can basically get the whole large thing, and then we can take back what we want. Probably should do like one load. Don't want to leave the assault thopter out here, generally speaking. I don't do that. Just because the sandstorm could blow in. Is there going to be other people here? Guess we will see. All right. Looks like we're the only people here. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. This gets annoying. Is it here? Okay. That was weird. I could have sworn I shot more than that. Maybe I was too far away. Oh my gosh. I need to get rid of some weight. Alright, that seems fine. I think this is also the best way to far him out in the deep desert, is to just come out here and see what you see. I 100% don't trust this guy. What do we do? So we're trying to make sure he doesn't first try to take a shot at us while we don't have our shield up. Oh, jeez, the worm's going underneath us. It's fine. Just ride the waves. And two, he doesn't like swap out for rockets. I'm like wondering if he's doing this with his shield up too. Because we're not getting very far. This is some of the more nerve-wracking times I've had doing this. Since this guy is a Harco and how most Harcos are on the server, I normally would... I say normally, I don't know if this situation's ever really occurred to me. I would be tempted to just start blasting this guy. But they've also got a carrier up there. And I don't know how many people they have. But I assume they've got some defense. And I assume this guy might be part of the same group or associated with them vaguely. I don't know. But it's a concern. We could also just decide to murder this dude. What up, chicken? It's called the grandfather worm. Yeah, yeah. And its mouth is a ring. I don't know. I don't know. We are in kind of a more disadvantageous situation here with the... Am I full? No. Oh, we got more. What are they doing? Oh, yeah, we got a lot. Yeah, we gotta... This guy's gonna start firing in a second. How about that for visibility? And then sometimes, like, they might be able to see through. I don't know. See, yeah, you get in here and you can, like, see out. I need to run Harco skin sometime so I can learn what the different, like, I don't know what it looks like when they have different Hey, what's up?
Man.
What's going on, man? We keeping it chill?
Not too much. Friendly.
Yeah, okay. You can fight, but you're not going to get as much sand as is the problem. So I don't know. I do want to fight, but I also would like to get the sand. Know what I'm saying? And sorry, guys. I know you guys are chatting over there a bit. Does that make the worm mad?
Careful, man.
Oh, there we go. That was nice of him. He was trying to warn me. All right, we're doing okay. I'd like to. We'll go drop this stuff off, and then we'll come right back. Is what we'll do. We'll go ahead and finish up though. Wintertime, we get UV reactive hoodies. I think the plan is that so far right now the plan is October. October for the UV reactive hoodies, man. Leave? Yeah. I mean, I am taking a risk. I kind of don't mind, Lewis. I kind of don't mind if they attack me right now because I'm in it for the fun. Not necessarily just trying to do the operation. So like if I got to break out the ancient way and like go to town, like it wouldn't be the end of the world for me. You know what I'm saying? Like surely I would lose the Thopter, right? Because like it's just gonna be sitting there. But I bet I could put in some work is basically kind of where I'm at. And then the fight will come to me and I don't have to fly across halfway across the desert. And I was already trying to get into a fight for you guys so you could see some combat. That's going to be fun. So I kind of feel like it's a win-win for me if I get attacked. Even if I lose, I'm winning, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. I think we're full everywhere. Oh no, we're not. Okay. Jeez. I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. Was this dude always in an assault, or was there another guy that the other guy must have been in like a not in an assault, and then this guy's like in an assault? Lot of Harco out here. Now it's full. Keep saying storage full. And it's not.
Looks like another big spice blow over there to the east, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a pretty decent mushroom cloud.
It's crazy. And the big one's up. Are you with that group?
I wasn't. I was kind of flying out to, like, I think it was H3, I3 had one earlier, and then I saw this blow go off, and I rode straight to it, and there was already, like, 4 guys on top of it.
Yeah, that's crazy. It seems to come in waves sometimes. I think it's the first guy that was back. First guy was here that came back. We're close enough to full. There's still plenty there, though, so I think we'll keep going on it. If we can. Which I think we can. Yeah, we didn't quite fill up. That's fine. Close enough. Shoot. Hopefully I park close enough. I did. The only problem with this kind of airlock is these doors like continually freak out. So you have to like listen to them. Open and close, open and close, open and close. You're like, is somebody out there? What's going on? Oh, did I actually put my missiles in there? What was I doing? All right, so we'll take all this stuff out that we just put in. Get the missiles back in. That would have been tragic. I wouldn't have been able to even reload all this random stuff that we don't really care about for the most part. I mean, some of it's a little bit better than others, but for the most part, I'm just not worried about it right now. Spice is the thing we're doing. Due west. Yeah, it's still going off, so that's got to be a medium for sure. One of the things you'll find is that like, so when something's going off, right, like people could still go out there and find it. So you gotta be, you know, a little worried. But after it's gone off for it's been a while, you don't really have to worry about it because anybody who's going out there has already been out there. It's not as much of a problem. It's just the people that, you know, might be happen upon it is really all you got to worry about, which is obviously a lot less of a fear than.
Good.
Yeah, it's just me again, man.
There was another large spice blow off to the east a ways too.
Yeah, I figured I'd head out over there if I'm not full.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can find it once I'm done here.
That's kind of what I did is I went to spot it a little bit.
You said you went and scoped it?
I mean, I just got close enough that I think I know how to find it with landmarks. Yeah. If you go high enough, you can see about a sector away, just FYI. So you could probably find it.
Sweet.
This guy seems nice. He probably can't hear me if I talk to him right now. Can I get in? Can I get in? Ah! Yeah, dude. Most Harkos on the server are pretty aggro.
What's that?
Most Harkos on the server are pretty aggro.
Yeah, I noticed that myself. I got a couple friends. Like I was a trades rank 5 man, and then like my friends I played with all went hardcore Harko, so I kind of just had to follow. But I mean, I feel like maybe Harkos don't mess with other Harkos, so it's kind of like I'm undercover.
Yeah. I wanna I want to attack this guy, but I don't want to attack this guy. He seems fine. Seems like a nice guy. A nice enough guy at least. Whoa! He's still passing over.
Bro. I thought you just got, dude.
No, man, you just gotta ride the wave.
Dude, he is crazy aggro right now.
Yeah, dude, I think they made some changes, man. Like, I was out here, like, that guy with the smaller Thopter was out here, and I was like, is he mining with his shield on? Like, why is he so aggro? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I'll try to chill out a little bit. Let him go away. It's okay. If I get eaten, it's all content, right? And then this streamer I was watching, this Night Haro guy, got eaten by the worm because he was greeting. I'll never do that. Guys, sorry. I guess I should check over there on Twitch. Okay, we don't got any missed messages on Twitch. Reminder, guys, there are drops on Twitch for the one of the Choam styles, like the kind of metallic looking black one that's like faction neutral. So definitely pop over on Twitch if you haven't already and get those because they're pretty cool. Some of them have, as was being pointed out earlier, I think was it Dylan? Someone was pointing out that and asking because they, yeah, he's coming straight for us. They have like lighting on the underside, even though it's a floor piece, and you are limited in the number of like the number of pieces of lighting you can use. So it can be pretty cool, and they look really good. I've seen some really cool bases using them too. I am not much of a cool base designer, but I think this is getting close to tapped out. It's hard for me to tell. I guess I should be counting how much spice I'm getting from each one of these. 12. Yeah, that's not worth it. Yeah, it's not worth the durability damage. I think we might just call it here. All right, man, take it easy. I'm going to go over to that other one, see if it's up.
Well, man, maybe I'll see you over there.
Pet Porcupine, I think it was his name. Oh, it's still popping off. Okay, cool. So let's see what we got. Right now we've got... Oh, not very much. Man, was that thing pretty tapped out there? God, were we just wasting durability on our... We might have been. Oh, well. What are you going to do? Yeah, it's not very much at all. But we'll go drop it off.
A large sandstorm
there we go. Where is it coming from? 8 minutes? Oh my gosh. Well, we do have to worry about our base for that 8 minutes. But I don't think we're going to worry too hard. I don't think we got that much there. I have honeycombed the base so that anybody getting in has got to go through multiple layers.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
I think the main thing people would be concerned and why the main reason the base is at all at risk is because there is, there's these large spice fields out here, and someone might think that we were storing something to harvest those. That would be really the only thing that I'd be worried that someone would think. But we are close enough that I can see people raiding our base just because of that. Otherwise, it kind of looks like what you would use just to mine by hand. It's a little bit large for that, but it's also not crazy large for it, so I don't know. Oh, you know what else we're going to do? Hold on, before we go over there. Do we have some? Yeah, we've got some. Well, not that much. I have to go get some, but let's at least repair. Put the right tool on.
A large sandstorm is approaching.
Let's repair these wings. We're not going to have enough welding wire. I'm going to have to go get some scrap. Yeah. A little bit dangerous leaving this out, but we're just kind of trusting that we're small enough and the desert is big enough that we're not going to run into anybody. Yeah, you just want to make sure that you're not going to... So going out with like half repaired stuff, I see a lot of people doing that. And in general, it's pretty risky. And the reason it's risky is because, I mean, it can be fine. It can be the move to do also if you just don't care and you're just like, yeah, we'll just see what happens or whatever. But in general, you don't want to do it because if your stuff's almost... That's way too much. But if your stuff is almost, destroyed or whatever, then you don't want to...
A large sandstorm is approaching.
I'm just listening. Third Heartothopter. You don't want to only be able to take one hit before your wings toast. And if you have stuff that's like super worn down, that's the situation you'll be in. And I've had that happen with more fresh stuff. So that's one of the things that, like, sure, yeah, you can take something out that you just don't care. And you're like, yeah, if it gets destroyed, it gets destroyed. This actually has, this Thopter's in much better condition than I remember. I wonder if this is a different Thopter. Maybe I do care if this one dies. Yeah, this is like mostly good. Huh. I think we're good. Yeah. Anyways, you want to be able to suck up a hit. Hopefully, the more hits you can suck up, the better. All right, so we're just gonna. So I just went by landmarks. We're just splitting these two things, two towers. And yeah, we have a sandstorm coming in a minute. I'm just gonna find a place to hide. Man, I was wondering. I was like, "Is that a ship?" And I was like, "Nah, it can't be a ship. It absolutely is a ship." Which means that there's fools out here, 100% camping it. The deep desert has turned into just like camping right now. It's pretty bad. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Well, this is going to be interesting. Yeah, but I found that some of my friends that are a little bit newer and have had a couple of bad experiences with the deep desert will be pretty nervous about ever, about being out. Oh yeah, it's half gotten. Is there even anybody there right now? No, did they leave already? Huh. Interesting.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
But once you get pretty good at it, like it's not that big of a deal. Once you know where to look and you can find places. And getting caught out in a sandstorm also isn't always the worst thing. It's not great. It's not always the worst thing in the world either. You can kind of deal with it a bit. Yeah, there we go. We're getting max, which is like 70 spice sand every time we do this. This is much better yields. All right, let's get out of here once we grab these.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
It almost looks like we could just head south and get out of it. We'll have to cross this sector boundary, but we should be good after that. Yeah. We hit the boundary. Yeah. Yeah, we'll be fine here. Yeah, we can even be closer than I thought. I mean, it looks like it'll barely catch that area. I think it will catch it, but not by much. Yeah, it's hitting it. Wonder if whoever's camping that ship stuck their head out and went for that other. How far are we from our base? Not very far. But that one is getting a little bit further. Watch me accidentally fly into the back of the sandstorm. And there's a down ship that I want to go to after this. Maybe when the worm gets angry. Oh my gosh. I wish it would just always put you out on top of your ship. I never have a problem being on top of my ship, and I just wish that's where it would always put me out at. Yeah, maybe when we aggro the worm, we'll just fly over there and grab that ship. I don't know if it's far enough away. It should be that. Should be a different aggro situation. Got a little greedy there. The color does tell you how much you can get, or how much it's gonna yield from a given spot. So the deeper the purple, the more yield you will get. And then if he pops up and he does his RP thing, you can kind of greed it a little bit. If he pops up and doesn't do his RP thing, you wanna get out of there pretty quick. And I say that I left all these piles that I kind of don't want to leave. Sometimes they'll despawn, and I don't really want that spice sand to despawn on us, so maybe I'll go after this one, and I just won't get so aggressive with... Oops. Way further than I wanted to go. They've gotten a little bit better with how the echo, but there is a bit of echo that happens with the Thopters. It used to be a lot worse. I think they've done a lot to change it, to make it better. But there used to be a bit of an echo that it would do, which was super annoying, because it would make you think that there was someone around when there wasn't anybody, because you'd be hearing another Thopter, you thought, but it was really just like a audio glitch from the game. Yeah, now he's pissed and he's coming for us. Oh. They'll probably be safe. We'll just go over to this ship. Yeah, there it is. It might have been gotten by whoever grabbed this too, but we'll just see. We're really just worried about the schematics. I'm not really worried. Oh, yeah, there's somebody here. Two Thopters going out there. Two carriers. Wow. Lot of spice harvesting going on today. I think this dude had storage. Did I really lose him in the sun? Or maybe he's outside of range. One of the things, I don't think the Ancient Way has the same range as like a vehicle. Well, certainly not the tracking portion of it. And if you're trying to like shoot up and hit somebody, or the lock-on portion too, rather, I guess is really what I mean. So if you're trying to hit somebody and they're in a Thopter, it's not going to go incredibly well. So it's not as good if someone just like lines up on you and then just dive bombs you, like you're gonna be having a bad day. Well, I think we got a decent amount of sand for being out here. I think we'll finish up with this guy, and then we'll probably call it. That'll take a little bit, but I think that's the plan. It's going to take a... Well, we'll see. I think that might take more than one load. The suspensor belt is about to break. I'm sure it is, man. I'm sure it is. It's a decent amount of spice, though. Eventually, we'll be out here doing... I don't know. Everybody's been asking me about doing carrier runs because we have enough. We could make a carrier. Well, we actually made a carrier the other day, but we could make a go at bringing out a tracked vehicle or whatever. I just really would like to have some defense, enough people to like pull security for when that happens. And we'll probably do that for obvious reasons off stream, but then I'll record it and like put it up afterwards and let you guys know how it goes. Would be the plan. There was a time when I'd know how much, like, is that worth doing? I don't know. I don't really know anymore. There was a time I knew. I don't feel like I know anymore. I haven't been harvesting that much spice recently. I've been mostly focusing on titanium and stravidium, and then, of course, they made it free, so now it's time to focus back on spice again. I think they overcorrected right now. I think the current situation in the game is, I think what they did was really good for the game in general, because most of the game is PvE players, and I think that needed. I was really frustrated that it was impossible to very hard to impossible. You know, I'm sure PvP players would be like, it's not that hard, but that's just because for them it's not that hard. But there's a lot of players that don't want to PvP at all, want nothing to do with it, and it was hard to impossible for them to get the resources they needed without having to go into, you know, PvP. And a lot of people just don't want anything, like I said, just don't want anything to do with that, which is totally understandable, right? Most of the game, 90% of the game is PvE, you know, 99%, most of it, pretty much the entire game. And then it would force you to go into PvP, and so they needed to fix that, which was good. I appreciate that. But what it has effectively done is, like, it hasn't quite killed it. I mean, obviously I'm still out here, but I was going to be out here no matter what, because I enjoy the PvE portion of the game as well. But I think it's pretty well killed a lot of the PvP in the end game. And what I think that, you know, the thing you'll hear said a lot, and I think it's a very, because I think it's pretty true. Like, you want risk versus reward, right? Like, you want, if I go out here and I do this thing, right, why am I risking being in the PvP area? What is my reward? And more spice is the answer right now. There's more spice out here than there is in other places. Okay, I can gather spice more readily this way than I could, you know, other ways, right, in the PvE area. That makes sense. Currently, that is not really, that is not true at all. Currently, with what is going on over there, with the way things are in, you know, for titanium and stravidium, that's just not at all the case. Yeah, 18, that's not worth it. Jeez, is there like another spot where this worm is pissed off? Where people are farming or something? Keeps popping up over there. Yeah, so that's just not at all the case. And so they really overcorrected. And the main problem, I think, with it, it's not that there's not more titanium. It's just that the titanium is so far out there and it weighs so much that it doesn't make sense to get it from way out there and take it all the way back. It's just too heavy. You should just farm it in the PvE area. Even if you're a PvP player, there's no real reason. And there's no risk, right? You can do it while watching Netflix or whatever. And I think that is I think that's a problem. I think they screwed up this week. I think they'll probably see that. They might even fix it as early as next week. The damage is also kind of done a little bit at that point. And yeah, it'll be better and that'll be good for, like, long term. But there will be a little bit of, like, well, the damage is done right now. So the other thing that I see being an issue is that there's, you know, the testing stations and everything out here are pretty much, there's one testing station in the PvP area. I got in, like, one day super easily in the PvE area, like 3 recipes. Yeah, you saw that one just despawn in front of us. 3 recipes for, you know, the item that I was trying to get, or that dropped from there, because it's really only one. And that was like, okay, cool. First off, the testing station was incredibly easy. There's a bunch of people there. You don't have to worry about fighting any of them, so it's all co-op. And that is good for people that are struggling. I don't think it shouldn't exist. That's not what I'm arguing for, in case anybody's like, no, it's good for me. Like, I get it. I am a person, you know, obviously because of the job I do, I want what is best for the game, generally speaking. And that means what's best for the most number of players and what have you. But it's just when it becomes completely trivial to do that kind of stuff, and that just takes a lot of the fun out, and there's not nearly enough either, because you're just, even some of my friends that have only PvE'd in the game are like, yeah, it's too easy and there's really no point. I don't really go do this thing anymore because it's so easy. You know, why would I, basically? So that's kind of a bummer to hear. It's kind of a bummer that that's the situation. I think that they need to make a lot more content, just like every other game. They don't release when they're done. They release when they're good enough. And so that is absolutely the situation we're in here, where the gamers release when it was good enough. And I do think it was good enough. So I guess kudos to Funcom for that. But there's not enough content now, and it's not just the people that no-lifed it now that are getting to the end of the content. And there was a lot of problems. And the thing that constantly happens in video games is that, you know, developers will make a mistake, and a lot of times it's lack of planning. It's stuff that you would think that, like, hey, you should have been able to see this coming, right? And they'll make that mistake, and then they have to correct it, and correcting it takes a long time. And so what it feels like to players continually, a large portion of the player base it takes a lot longer to make something than it does to just like play through it. I talked about this the other day. It takes longer to, this is always the case. This is never not the case with anything. Okay, we got most of, all right, I think we'll head back. Yeah, I think we'll just head back now. But it always takes longer. It always takes longer to create something, right? Listen to a song, right? How long did it take to make that song? A lot more than the 2 or 3 minutes that the song lasts, right? And that's continually the situation that you'll find, is that it takes longer to create something than it does to play through it. And what happens is that people get very frustrated because the company made a mistake and they're going to fix it, but it's never fast enough. And it'll always take companies longer than players want. And what happens is that a lot of the developers will want players to be patient and understanding. And the players are never going to be patient and understanding. It's just probably not going to happen. And they should kind of know that. But the real solution to that is to plan ahead, and that's it. Plan ahead. You got to plan ahead. You got to think through, like, putting the primary portion of the end game being almost entirely the PvP deep desert. They probably didn't know how many people were going to be PvE versus PvP, but the entire first part of the game is only PvE, pretty much. That was a small spice blow. I guess we could grab it real quick. Yeah, anyways, you know, you could critique in hindsight. It's very easy, I'm sure, to see this stuff. Maybe it was a lot harder to see, you know, before that. But regardless, it's an issue, and they're correcting it. They're making some huge dramatic moves by changing the line of the deep desert where it's at, by putting titanium and stravidium way closer to, you know, the ARO, and where you can get it very easily. I mean, it's in ARO, not closer to the ARO. It's in ARO, so you can mine all the titanium and stravidium you want. You can get spice now, even medium blows, not as many, but you can get them in the PvP area, or PvE area rather, excuse me. So yeah, they did a bunch of things, but it's just never, and those are great, and they're huge sweeping changes that they made. Also, it then upsets the PvP community because you're taking stuff, you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, so they're not going to be happy about it. That's a small part of the community, so they need to do that regardless. Like, there's not really a choice, but it doesn't make for the best of situations. So the only way to have avoided this was to have planned ahead a little bit better and thought things through a little bit better, and they had all this play testing. I know that from some of the play testers that some of the feedback they've given them has been, this is in the PvE area. Some of the feedback that did somebody already get that? That's hilarious. It's already gone. Already gone. We watched it get it's already gone. That's insane. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, anyway, so we watched all that happen, and they gave them this feedback. people are letting everybody know the Harkos are in, and there's like where they're mining spice and everything, and they didn't act upon it, right? It was not something they chose to do anything about, and then it went live, and there were the same problems, right? Like one of the major problems was that everybody's going to rush to the deep desert, or not everybody, but some group of people is going to rush to the deep desert, and when they get there, they're going to then monopolize it, right? They're going to have all the gear, and it's going to be who can get out there first, and who's that going to be? It's going to be the sweaty PvP players, the people that have already been playing the game beforehand, and sure enough, that's pretty much. I think I should just go for the shield wall. I don't even think this makes sense. And that's exactly what happened, and it's just kind of a bummer when you're like, well, we gave feedback and you didn't really listen, and now we're having the same problems we were having during the playtest, which, there's different kinds of playtests, but it feels bad when it doesn't feel like you were listened to. I think I just added like a sector or two to my travel time, but that's okay. I do have high hopes for the game. I think it's going to be great. I'm still very much enjoying it, but I also realize that, for a lot of people, they're going to be quitting. And not quitting, like they'll come back, but they're quitting for now. And a lot of people are like, it needs some more time to cook and whatever. I think it's a great base. I think the combat is amazing. Both PvE and PvP is really good. I think I would like to see a lot more PvE activities. I would see it like a lot more variability too. A lot of it's rinse and repeat, same mobs and everything else. I'd really like to see some different stuff with that. The UI, they kind of do the same thing over and over again. Some of it's a bit annoying too. They don't the enemies, the PvE enemies don't seem to have cooldowns, and so they'll spam the same ability, which can be really annoying because there's like nothing you can do besides get away from it and wait for it to end. That doesn't feel the best. There's no real like tactics. It's kite and then kill the thing. That's really the only two tactics that you have, that you have to deal with in PvE. I would like to see something else done with that. They did talk at one point about larger group content, but like they need to do something. I mean, there's a lot of stuff they could do, but I think right now it's not amazing. Well, guys, we're just going to head back to Haga Basin here, and we're going to head back. We're going to grab our Thopter, and we're going to drop off this spice, and then, we'll probably call it there. I'll need to go out and grab the rest of that spice, or maybe let people know they can go grab it if they want it. But I think we'll just call it here for today. I'm just coasting back home. But I appreciate everybody for hanging out, and, don't forget to grab your Twitch drops, even if you haven't gotten it from me. You want those. They're cool. I recommend them. And we'll be back. Playing some more Dune, I'm sure, soon. It seems like we get a decent number of people dropping in, so maybe we'll have to do some more Dune than we have been. I know it's been a little bit, and we only did like a short session the other day. But I've got another video coming out for Dune. It will be out the next couple of days. It's already recorded and everything. Just got to do some editing and everything on it. Two really planned. So the one that's already been recorded and everything is I want to kind of talk about some of the housing, some of the stuff I talked about here, but I'll show some spreadsheets. I also made a spreadsheet that I'll be releasing to calculate your cost of your bases, your deep desert bases, for anybody who wants that sort of thing. There are calculators already online. First off, I'm gonna do a video like explaining, because it's non-intuitive. You actually want lower tier stuff. It's kind of the similar to the housing situation. It's not the stuff that's obvious that you want to take out to the deep desert. I know a lot of people are just not taking out a lot of stuff to the deep desert and just using the deep desert as like a depot. Totally fine, get it. But if you need to and you want to, it's something that you can kind of have like an idea of like, hey, here's what I want to bring out every week, and it'll save it. It's yours. It's on your spreadsheet. You can just do a Google, like copy the Google Doc, and then it's not like a website where you have to go and re-enter everything. And I think that'll probably have some utility. It will for me, so I hope it will for you guys. So anyways, that is the plan for the Dune content next couple of videos, and then I think we'll get to some build videos. I think I could already do them. I think I have the requisite knowledge at this point and have PvP'd enough to do a couple of build videos and give some general advice. Just got to make the time for it is all. So anyways, guys, that's it for today. Appreciate everybody for hanging out. Lewis Chicken, Alan Scott, appreciate you guys. Joseph, good seeing you. Dylan, Appreciate everybody for dropping by. Hope you guys are still enjoying Dune Awakening. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Appreciate everybody. Have a good day.